Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. Hello, everyone. It is Thirsty Thursday. I am thirsty. I'm always thirsty. Who's got their bottle of water going, or even better, has hot milk in it? I do. Cheers, and here's to Mother Hen. I don't know if she's ever gotten on that plane. If you've been following her travels in the Hot Milk Sprint group, but good for her. She had a very profitable day and Visa gift cards for keeping, saying, yeah, I'll stay off the plane. It's just incredible. Patsy, Denise, Jocelyn, Kathy, and Paige, so good to have you here today. I love it when y'all show up. It does make my day. Anyway, so here you are. Here I am. I had a nice, real long walk with my doggie this morning. And you know what's so nice? Then I bumped into a friend who lives here on the lake with us, and she was walking her doggie, and they played together. And I just took a little extra walk because she was there. So I walked her to her house, and then I walked home. So it got me a little extra. Isn't it fun how sometimes your exercise can be a little adjusted simply because of friendship? Interesting. Hello, Vanessa. It's so good to see you. Jeanette, I'm glad you're here. Sandy's here, and so's our Tanya. I'm glad you're here live and in person. So cheers. Here's to all of you lovely ladies who have decided to be with us. I say that's a pinkies up in a big, big way, because we're together, and you know how important community is. You know how community lifts each other up. So when you show up, you're showing up not just for me, although I love when you show up because it makes my day, it makes me smile. You show up for each other. So thank you for that. I just think that's really fabulous. Take Back Your Body is happening right now. And I read the big list of everybody who got the bonuses. We still have it available. This is the big old workshop book that you're going to get, this big workbook. And it's got all the information in it. It's talking about everything. So lest you think that it's all about weight loss, it's not. It is not. Weight loss oftentimes dovetails and comes in behind, but there's a first things first approach here. We got to get what's between our ears going. We got to get our we got to get our body cooled down from the inflammation. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we need to do, and this is all addressed in Take Back Your Body. Check it out at savingdinner.com/body. I would love you to join us. It's going to be a spectacular time together. 8 weeks on Tuesday nights starting January 10th. There's time for you to go and get that. And wait till you see all the goodies that you get with this class, okay? Plus, I give you a 30-minute consultation one-on-one. We meet on Zoom, and that's really pretty special too, as well. So I'm excited about that. What else can I tell you? Yeah, see, Tanya just said that. Community is a huge reason for my success. I mean, when you lose 130 pounds, do you think you're going to need a little community support? You think you're going to need a cheerleading section, somebody to encourage you along the way, someone to hold your hand, someone who's got your back. That's what community does. And our Tanya is a living, breathing example of this in actual action. So check out Tanya in our group if you're not a part of our Facebook group. It's a Hot Milk Sprint group. Is just really spectacular. Now, Chris is also here in the house. Chris, I'm so excited to have you here. And wait a minute, let me just take a look here. What did I do with that list? I have a list. I think I do have a list, don't I? Ah, Chris, I swear I thought you joined Take Back Your Body. I hope you do. And you too, Sandy, didn't you? No, you didn't. Okay. Y'all have an opportunity to do it. All right. You all have an opportunity to do that. Also, I wanted to let you know that we are still shipping our kits. They are still 20% off, and you can still get them for that 20% off. And strong suggestion you do, because we're also going to throw you down a quote deck absolutely free. And that's just for this rest of this week. So go check that out, savingdinner.com/show. Chris, were you the first one? Oh my goodness, you're not on my list. How come you're not on my list? Yes, you are on my list. I love it. Yes, you are a member of Take Back Your Body. I was looking for Christina and I found Chris. Here it is. She's right here. Yay. I love it. I think it's so good. Yeah, you did it the first time we announced it. You were like Johnny on the spot right in there. That's why I was like, how come this isn't? I just can't read is apparently the answer to all of that. The other thing that I have to tell you about, of course, is we have a new thing coming up. And we just made that decision. Last year, if you remember, we had creating a Vibrant 2022 workshop where we did vision boards and the whole bit. We want to bring that back. You know, Amber, it's so weird how I believe that God conspires sometimes, because I was thinking last night as I was going to sleep, we did a workshop last year and it was really great and people loved it. And I loved it because I got my vision board done. Well, Amber says to me this morning, why don't we do that again? It was so great. I really liked it. I want to do it again. And Jenny said, yeah, me too, blah, blah, blah. And I step away from the computer and these guys have already put everything together and I'm ready to do it. We're going to do it on January 7th, Saturday, January 7th, all day workshop. It is spectacular because we're going to go deep into what you want your Vibrant 2023 to look like. It's going to be so fun. Check it out at savingdinner.com/vibrant. You will find all the workshop information there. It is amazing. I love our online stuff. Doesn't it go fast? When we do these things. And the other thing is we do it on Crowdcast. So you will perpetually have this link and can always go back and repeat the whole thing if you want, or take down the timestamp and repeat certain sections of it that you want. It's really great. And we had a lot of people last year. I would love you to join us this year. Check it out at savingdinner.com/vibrant, because that's you, by the way. Yesterday we've been going hard on it all week. There is a replay. You can purchase it, Paige. You just won't be there live. And maybe you'll be there maybe you can be there for part of the day, maybe whatever. But yes, there is a replay. And yes, you get to keep the replay forever and ever. Amen. As long as you have the link. Isn't that great? I'm so glad you're here, Lynn, too, by the way. So anyway, this whole idea of creating your vibrant self, though, it begins with casting your vision. It begins with an idea of what it is that you want. It begins with a little bit of work before even getting into that whole year. I was looking at my Facebook memories this morning, and one of the things that came up was a post that I had made this day 5 years ago. And I want to tell you the funniest thing in the world. I was just thinking that thought when there it popped up, and it was like this weird in-between time of year where we're done with Christmas and we're getting ready for New Year's is a really important time. This is a fertile ground for saying, why not me? What if I did this? I bet this would be amazing for me. Of course I can do this. Can you imagine? And start thinking in terms of, what is it that I want? What do I really, really want? Not the Spice Girls song. No, I'm talking about you questioning yourself and asking those questions, because right now is such a great day to do this. It's a great day to do it. It's a great few days coming up here to do it. You have that time. Do it. Use it. Start asking yourself these questions. What do I really want? What do I want my 2023 to look like? So here's the thing, though. If you're going to create a vibrant vision of your future self, then you're going to have to start showing up like her, even if you don't feel like you qualify, right? Jeanette, like the Spice Girls reference. Isn't that true? Even, and I will tell you this, there's a such thing, and you saw my, the replay that we did on Monday about disqualifying certain things. Well, there's certain things that you need to qualify as well in your life. And anything having to do with being your best self is 100% fully stamped, yes, approved by the maker himself, the creator himself, because he put you here on this earth in the first place. Where do you think that thought came from? Where do you think that little spark of an imagination came from? It's a little tap on the shoulder saying, yes, you can. Yes, you're worth it. Yes, you're amazing. Yes, you're here on purpose and for purpose. That's the truth. So even though you might not feel like you are fully qualified yet to show up as her, and again, I don't like fake it till you make it. I like be it till you see it. Your being of it will show up. Maybe not right now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe it's going to take a minute, but just stepping into that will start creating the momentum that you need to fully become her. I love that. And I've personally experienced this more than one time. For real. It's just the truth. So that's what we discussed yesterday, if you remember, including the important concept of not just showing up like her, but being, doing, and having what she would have emotionally, attaching to this vision of what it is that you have, and putting this concept into play on the daily. That's taking action. And things take a minute to develop and to grow and to become. You plant a seed so that you can get eventually the flower. The flower doesn't just come up, but the whole time that seed is in the ground, it is being the flower that will eventually show up. And that's you. You are that little seed. Maybe you're a little sproutling. Maybe you've got green leaves already. Maybe you haven't seen your flower yet. Maybe your flower is tightly bound up. But living your life in full bloom, vibrantly, requires a planting of a seed, much tender, loving care given to that seed, watering, and patiently waiting. But you're still that seed. You are still that flower. Amen? Pinky's up on that one, right? You with me? So, who you are is always going to show up in what you do, not what you say. I've been quoted on that a few times. This is the truth, because I have seen this bear out in life over and over and over again. There are plenty of people out there, let me tell you, giving lots of lip service and doing zero. Parked their butts in a chair, on a couch, whatever. That's never going to get you what you want, ever. You can't wish upon a star and just have it magically appear. It doesn't happen that way. And when we're casting our vision, we have to start with the imagination. That's our seed, right? That is our seed. And we water that, sometimes with our tears, y'all, because we're thinking, I don't know about this. I'm fearful about this. I'm scared. But I will tell you this, your fear, and this is the truth, fear is part and parcel of things that are in everyone's lives. They just are. It's how we view the fear, and we can also make the fear sit down and take a seat. That's your amygdala on overdrive, by the way. And your amygdala, you know how your amygdala can get. My goodness, sometimes she just needs a little calming down. You take that risk, you do it anyway, and boy, oh boy, how things show up differently in your life. So today, I'm going to hopefully help you transform the idea of self-care and all it entails by seeing self-care as an investment and not an expense. Now, hear me out on this, okay? Now, hear me out on this. Remember, we talked yesterday also about getting out of our comfort zones, and how I view comfort zones as just being a trap to keep you from being your truly most fully bloomed, vibrant self. So what we're going to do is we're going to break away from just this Groundhog Day existence, right? If you look at your days and you think, I do have kind of a Groundhog Day existence. We do love routine. We do love ritual, but sometimes we're just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we keep living the same year over and over again. Those dreams far away in the distant, never quite fully grasping, never knowing what to do next, right? That's cool. Because honestly, what we need isn't so much a fully hashed out, detailed plan as much as we need the guts to go forward one little tiny step at a time. That's it. That's it. That's where your courage is, And when your courage shows up and helps you to just make that one step, make that one declaration, make a decision for yourself, make a tiny investment in yourself, the rest starts to fall into play. Because now your amygdala, instead of screaming at you going, yikes, don't do this, your amygdala then turns around and gives you a reward with some dopamine. It makes you feel pretty good about yourself. You know how that is? It's sort of like, you don't want to, you do it anyway, and boy, do you feel good. That's your amygdala did that, Your don't want us will pin you down and just absolutely ruin your life if we allow to, if we allow it to. But we don't have to allow it to. We do have ultimately the control, because remember, you have this big, huge front panel, it's your prefrontal cortex, and that is your moneymaker. That's your abstract thinker. That's your ability to do an override and take control of the wheel again. We don't want our amygdala doing it. Our amygdala is one of the most primitive parts of the brain, and it's not high-level thinking. It's just fear. Ooh, scared. Ugh. That doesn't work at all. So what we need to do is, again, step into, not away from, our fear. And remember that we can always pin down that fear and just say, you're trying to make yourself into a big deal, but really you're just the man behind the curtain. Mark and I watched The Wizard of Oz the other night, by the way. So good. Always so good. So stepping outside of your comfort zone, that's where the magic happens. We know this. It always happens. Change in all of its glory, its glorious uncertainty, is where it's at. Because change is going to give us the things that we want. Well, when it's that kind of change, of course. So to completely obliterate your limitations, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. There's no other way around it. And you have to take action. And not just any action, bold action. Action that says, everyone stand back. Mama's in the house, right? Mama's in the house. Look what Lynn just said. I do so much scared. But I'm going to tell you, and I know this about Lynn, and I've met Lynn in person. She's lovely. And Anne too, and Tanya. I love it, how many people I've met in person. She changed her life doing that. She changed her life. She became a trainer. That to me is the epitome of what I'm talking about. Casting a vision for what you want in your life. Daring yourself to go past the fear and into the glorious unknown, and into a place where you can actually see the puzzle pieces coming together, right? How does it come together? Well, I mean, if Lynn hadn't taken that course, she would have never been a certified personal trainer. If Lynn hadn't said, I'm going to do it anyway, she wouldn't have done it. And she'd be at home, and maybe she'd be 40 pounds heavier, and maybe. But this is what I want for each one of you. That is my heart for you. Seriously. And my mission is for you to see the possibility in all of this. Vibrancy doesn't just come along and sit on your lap. We have to go after it. We have to chase after it. We have to go to it. We have to attract it in. Because I made the mistake of saying we have to chase it. We don't have to chase it. We don't have to chase it. All we have to do is say, I am open to it. I am attracted to it. That vibrancy, that's what I want. But it doesn't just come and sit with you. You attract it in by saying, I am open to whatever it is that you need to be open to. And I've got a whole bunch of ideas for you to start taking a little bit of bold action, so that you can say, yes, I'm open to this. Yes, I'm going to go after this. Yes, 2023 is going to look different. Forget all this Groundhog Day business. I want more. And there's not a thing wrong with that. You know what it is when you want more? It's not that you hate your life or that you're dismissive of what it is that you have. It's that you recognize and you realize that you are called on purpose and for purpose. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. And that is God tapping you on your shoulder. I'll go to my grave saying that. And the reason why is because I know this for a fact. You wouldn't be here otherwise. You would not be here otherwise. So here's some ideas for you to start taking some bold action. Some of them are easier than others. But at least, let me see how many. I got 10. At least we're going to get through these. And you know what? What is this? What phrase is changing your life? That you're here for, you're here on purpose and for purpose, or you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And what is your cosmic 2x4, Chris? I want to hear. Put it in the comments. I want to read that. I want to share this stuff. This is beautiful. You make these gorgeous comments, y'all. And I will tell you what I know about you, your purpose. Yeah. Isn't that so exciting though, Sandy? Don't you love that? When we started to understand that, I mean, it will bring tears to your eyes because that's everything. That is really feeling like you are the apple of God's eye. Oh, yes, you are. You are the cherished apple of God's eye. Do you feel that? Ah, my little heart's so full about that. So let's talk about just some little things that you can do to take action and just really light up your life, because we are going into 2023. And y'all, I'm dragging you all with me. You are coming through my door with me, and we're doing this vibrancy thing together. Amen. Pinkies up on that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Number one, manicure and a pedicure. Anybody ever, do this for yourself? If you've never done it for yourself, I'm giving you an assignment. Go do it. Do the cheapest thing, the little whatever, the cheapest manicure, the cheapest pedicure. If you've done this before and you've always said, oh yeah, it's a little, and they say, oh, we have the hot stone and that's a little extra. You know what? I'm going to give you another one. Do the extra. Just this one time. And I want you to just relish it and just roll around in it. Like this is the most glorious thing ever. Tell your practitioner every other day, every other Wednesday for Patsy. I love it. But this is the thing. This is the thing. You do this and you take it and you be present with it. Skip all this guilt. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I could be buying the kids matching t-shirts or it's about you, okay? Invest in yourself. And then when you're there and you're in it, be in it. Don't get on your phone. Just lay in that lounge chair and just you tell that practitioner, wow, you are amazing. You are fabulous. You make me feel so good. Thank you. And get the same person. And I always do this. I always get the same person. I always tell them just how fantastic they are. And I over tip. I tip like 25%. You know why? An extra 5% is not going to kill me, and it makes them feel like they are seen. They're here on purpose for purpose too, right? We can pass the love around. Pass it around. Be lavish with your love. Be lavish. That's part of the whole thing of being vibrant. Okay? Number two, how about a nightly bath? If you got a bathtub, not using it, just say, you just have to dust it every once in a while. Get out some Epsom salts, a little bit of oil, some essential oil, lavender, and get your body in there. Tell me how you feel after 20 minutes of soaking in there. Not only are you doing your body all kinds of flavors with all the Epsom salts and everything like that, and how your muscles feel, but it is a little piece of luxury. It hardly costs a dime. But do we do it for ourselves? I say do it. Do it. All right, we have that. Number three, go outside for a nature walk. And when I say go outside for a nature walk, I mean every outside is a nature walk. Really be observant. Really be observant. See what you can see. Look for the flowers on the side of the road. Look for a daisy popping up through the sidewalk. Look for the little things and remember them and just say out loud, isn't that so beautiful? Isn't nature incredible? Isn't God amazing? And watch how your heart swells with gratitude from it. It's just really incredible. Journal. Journal, journal, journal. Use our quotes. Use something that hit you with a 2x4, with the cosmic 2x4 that Chris just had. Yeah, whatever it is. If something just boing, that is fodder for your journal. This journal is one of the things that it should be in every woman's toolbox. It'll make you feel better. I promise you. And sometimes, I always say sometimes our our thoughts become like these spaghetti noodles all tangled up. Sometimes we untangle things just by virtue of using a journal. Journals are amazing. So that's pretty cheap, easy. And guess what? You can buy a pretty journal and a pretty matching pencil and you can just have it pretty all the way. Why not? I love that idea. Number 5, take your supplements daily. Can I tell you, I've done this too. And so if this is you, listen to me. Your supplements are to supplement an already healthy diet. Number 1. Number 2, when you take them and you take them on the regular, you will notice aches and pains start to go away. Little things, little tiny things start to change. You'll notice like, oh, my hands all of a sudden don't have the aches and pains. I think about Jane and her knees. Jane talks about, how the collagen just from our Perfect Paleo protein just really changed her knees. Same thing with your supplements, your InfoCrush, all the rest of them. Take them. Take them. Take advantage of our sales so that you don't ever have to pay retail. Do all of these things because they up level the whole trajectory of your life. We, again, back to this whole vehicle, it'll make you feel better. So do it. Number 6 is designate some daily reading time. You want to read a novel or a fiction book or a nonfiction book or a to-do or a how-to or whatever. Have some daily time that you can do that. Instead of scrolling endlessly on social media or watching endless Netflix, do that. Just do it. Good idea. Here's one. Love on your doggy or your kitty. I know you do anyway, but really spend some quality time thinking when you're patting your dog's head or scratching your kitty's neck. Just think about, well, how lucky am I to have this animal in my life? Animals are amazing, and they know us, and they have souls, I believe, too, and they love us. Love them up, and watch what happens and how they just really respond to that loving up. Number 8, here's one that's going to be a bit of the challenge for you, but hire something out that you wouldn't normally do. Like, for example, maybe you have somebody come in and clean your house. Just once, just get it done. Maybe you are going to have somebody come do your windows, or maybe you're going to hire someone to come help you declutter your closet once and for all, or whatever. Something you wouldn't normally do. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but it's something that you keep thinking, I should do this, I should do this. You're not doing it. It needs to get done. Hire somebody to do it. Why not? It's fun. Number 9 is declutter your bathroom, your drawers, a closet, a countertop, and then reward yourself. And you know what I did? I did this. What I did was I decluttered my bathroom, and all of my drawers. I had all these different sized containers. The little plastic containers that you could maybe use for silverware, and a small one here, a bigger one there, and they all fit in. But then my reward, I decided, was ones that all look the same. So like this clear lucite type stuff instead of my mishmash of different things. And that's my reward for that. But so what? But it also looks so much nicer with that in there. And I enjoy opening the drawer. It's a little thing, but it's a big thing. Okay. It's an investment in my bathroom, in myself. Number 10 is plan. Do this with your vacation, your meals, your next sprint, your next week, your next 12 weeks, your goals. But planning helps to ease some of the anxiety that maybe we have about something coming up. Maybe we think, oh, this is going to be hard. This is whatever. No, it's not hard, honey. I'm going to just say that right now. I'm going to hold your hand and say, it's not hard. It's just time to start planning. And as we plan, and, oftentimes I'm big on, the little dollar plan, what do you call them? Composition books that you can get at the dollar store. I always have a stack of them. And I will use them oftentimes for different planning things. We're going to Florida in January. We're doing a pickleball tournament, and we are also going to stay with some friends, and we're bringing Lincoln and the whole bit. I'm starting to plan for that already because I want to. Why not? And it eases my mind a little bit because, like, where's Lincoln going to stay? How's this whole thing going to work out? I'm asking myself questions that I can also ask our host. And that way I have my expectations are all lined up and I'm not going to be met with anything weird, right? Does that make sense to you? It really helps. But here's the thing you need to know is that when we invest in ourselves with our time, with our money, with our resources, whatever they are, we're waking up our sleeping worthiness. You hear me on that? Because a lot of our ladies struggle with their worth. They don't think they're worth it, or they scrimp and save. And I know what that is about 100%. I did it. I was always the last one in the food chain, right? Everybody else got everything. And I was, I told you the story of when I was finally buying clothes to fit me. And my 2 teenage children, and I had a nursing bra on still because I wouldn't invest in myself. It's time to invest in yourself. It's time for you to do that because you're worth the time, you're worth the money, you're worth the effort, you're worth the investment. There's only one you on this planet. You're here on purpose and for purpose. Do not ever forget that. So for you to be fully bloomed into your most vibrant, glorious self, it's time for you to start taking this magical time that we have between now, today, and Saturday night, or even New Year's Day, Sunday. Take this time to start thinking about, what do I want? Who do I want to be? And I'll tell you what, this is how we put our money where our mouths are too, because this is what helps us to show up in our truest self as well. We start to see ourselves in a completely different light when we start to see the possibilities. So I told you the story too, and I have a pair of jeans still on my wall. When I lost all the weight that I lost, I would buy a pair of jeans. I found a pair of jeans that really fit. And I would buy the pair of jeans that I needed for the next size down. I started like at 18 and I kept going. And then all of a sudden the 18s were too tight. Then I went to the 16s. And while I was there thinking, I'm not going to park at 16. No way. I'm going to keep going. So I bought a 16 and a 14. I would put the 16 on my body and the 14 would go on the wall on the back of my closet. And I'd look at it and every day I would say, you're next. Then when I started wearing the 14s, I went and bought the 12s. And then I went and bought the 10s and the 8s and finally the 6s. So that's how this whole thing works, because you're setting yourself up. I invested in jeans, but there was a whole lot of action attached to that, right? But it was my idea of, this is what I'm doing for myself, even though it's something that I cannot fit, even though it's something that, that's how I looked at it. They represented bold action for me. They were bold action. So that was an investment in my future, and they lived in the back of my closet door, and I looked at them every single day. Every single day. They were a proclamation of my commitment to myself, to my goals, to what it was that I wanted, and it kept me going. And I would look at them and I would talk to them. It sounds kind of wackadoodle, but I believe that the more times that we sense things, we see it, we touch it, we talk about it, we hear about it, the more we are going to actually go after it. So I flipped my ideas of what an expense was versus an investment. I hope this helps you to do the same. And I've discovered too that it's not just about monetary things. It's also about some other things, and I have them for you. Number one is relationships. How can you invest in a relationship? It's being more present in it. It's investing more in, multiple touches, lots of absolute attention, very focused attention, creating time and memories and special occasions, doing something just because. Let me tell you, if that doesn't put a whole bunch of fire under your relationship, good grief. That's an investment of yourself into your relationship. And number two is books, classes, and conferences. For me, it's all about being a lifetime learner. When you are a lifetime learner, nothing's off the table. You're in constant learning mode. I love that. And I invest my time and money into next level stuff for myself every single year. Number three is fitness. Now, I don't have a gym membership. I don't need one, but I do have a bike. I do have a whole bunch of set of weights, and I do get myself out to the pickleball courts at least 5-6 times a week, and sometimes 7, but that's when I start to hurt, so I don't do that. Here's the thing you need to know. Investing in yourself, casting your vision for yourself, is the thing that is going to move the needle in your life to get what it is that you want. To get what it is that you want. And I would love to see you at our conference that we're having, casting a vibrant vision for yourself for 2023. It's at savingdinner.com/vibrant, and Jocelyn's already in the class. We haven't even stopped the show yet, and she's already in the class. Who's joining Jocelyn? Are you next? We're going to have an amazing day together. If you've been with me for any of our full day workshops, you're in for a treat. And what do you see? What you get in your swag bag? Girlfriends. I'm serious. This is going to be amazing. So thank you for joining me today. And we went extra long, and I'm sorry I went way off script. But I really am passionate about this. I'm passionate about you. I'm passionate about next year and what we can do together. Can you imagine? I can. I hope you join us. All right. Thank you so much. Patsy's so right. Silver sneakers. That's the thing. I'm looking forward to getting mine next year. Anyway, I enjoy and love you all so much. If there's anything I can ever do for you, please reach out. You can always reach us at support@savingdinner.com. I'm there for you. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.